Hey, Eisen. What's it feel like to get a letter?
I don't feel anything, nor do I want or need to. There's no joy in receiving these things.
Huh? Why not?
Don't be so shocked. Look, it's just an invoice from the Turtles. What's the big deal anyway? Do you wish you get letters too?
Yeah. But I don't have anyone to send letters to. Let alone anyone who would send me any.
Laffy said, I've got a letter for you.
What? Really? Who could it be from? The sender is... Bienfu?
Yup. You got a letter from yours truly. I figured you'd be wanting someone to send you a letter right about now, so I wrote one up for you. What do you think? You're happy, right?
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Bienfu.
I'll even read it for you. Dear Moloch Laffyset, I hope that this letter finds you in good health and high spirits. Thankfully, I'm doing well myself, with no major changes to report.
Bienfu's taking all this so seriously. It's so rare to actually see him like this.
As you're aware, I've been spending my days ironing Magilu's outfits, sewing her buttons, and washing her hat and tremendously long socks. Recently, however, I made the mistake of remarking to her that she might not have been quite as slender as she once was in her younger years. She hung me upside down from the roof in the middle of the cold. I nearly became a frozen Normansicle. It was so horrible that I couldn't stop my tears from flowing down my little cheeks.
There's the Bienfu we know and love.
But all you wrote about in that letter was yourself. And you even read it out loud yourself.
That's okay. Thanks, Bienfu. It feels nice to get a letter.
That's so kind of you to say. I think I might cry again.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Tales of Berseria. I'm Joshua Jericho. Last episode, we came back to the island, had a little conversation, figured out where we're going next. And now we're going to go there. We're going to Southgand. Back to where this all kind of started. Not really, but kind of.
The supplies are loaded. We can make for Helavies whenever you want.
That was fast.
If we weren't hard workers, we wouldn't be sailors.
Eleanor! Oh, what's wrong, Kamoana?
She said she had a dream about her mom.
When Mommy saw me, she said I looked scary. That she didn't want a scary little girl like me.
Your mother would never say that, sweetheart.
But how can you be sure?
Well, how do I put it? I know because I know.
You're just lying to make me feel better.
Aw, Kamoana, don't cry. Oh, this is the part I hate about little kids.
I'm not a little kid! I hate you, Velvet! I hate you!
That's right, let it all out.
Stop it! Stop it! Mommy! I saw my mommy! She didn't want me!
She managed to cry herself to sleep. They're not rational creatures. Sometimes you just gotta let them cry it out.
You seem used to it.
I guess you could say that. Laffy usually kept himself together when he was younger. But when he was really little, He had times like this every now and then. And on that note, let's take off all we can.
My liege, Dial, I leave Kamoana in your care.
I'll do what I can, but kids as sweet and honest as her are harder to deal with than corrupt bureaucrats.
An outlaw prince and a talking lizard are no replacement for a mother.
Is it kind of weird to anybody else to see Velvet be the one that stepped up and be all mom-like?
I do hope Kamoana isn't crying anymore.
Yeah.
Shush.
How long is it going to be before you send in another exorcist to replace Lady Teresa?
With these demons clamoring at our gates, none of us feel safe anymore.
You have our deepest sympathies, but we were sent here on a different mission.
That's what the last exorcist who came here said before leaving for the north. What could be up there that's worth all that attention?
Surely we're not all being punished by the Abbey for what happened with Medusa, are we?
That is not the case. Now, if you'll excuse us, we have business to attend to.
So the exorcists are just passing through town and heading straight north. Odd.
That isn't odd at all. How do you think that's odd? You've been through this before. You know what's going on. If there's an Earth pulse point to the north and the exorcists are ignoring the city and going straight to the north, then guess what? They're capturing or controlling a Therian, and they don't care about the city because the only thing they care about is the stupid Therian. Why is that odd? Like, if I can figure it out, you can figure it out. I don't know. That doesn't strike me as odd at all. It strikes me as very obvious. Whatever. So yeah, did it surprise anybody else, though, to see that Velvet was the one that acted all mom-like?
Ever since the Calamity showed up, everything's just gone to pot, I say.
Calamity? What do you mean?
I mean the demon who barged in and made a mess of our fair city. She's a nasty creature of pure evil, with an arm that eats anything that gets in her way.
Haven't you heard of her? The Calamity's been rampaging across the whole kingdom, not just here. Scant few have seen her and survived.
Huh. You don't say.
After the Calamity raised our ships and our port, the shipping guild fell apart, and our trade routes got poached by other ports. It's bad. The town relies on trade to make ends meet.
People are abandoning the city, and our streets are no longer safe. Not to mention the demon blight spreading again. Just the other day, a little kid turned into a demon. Just like that. What a world! What a world!
What have the exorcists been doing during all of this?
Well, Lady Teresa was in charge of this region, but she came up short against the Calamity and got a fat demotion for her troubles. Several new exorcists have been reassigned here, but once they arrive, they all traipse right off to the ruins up north.
This has to be Medusa's fault. If she hadn't gone and done something so stupid...
Medusa?
That's enough. This isn't something for outsiders to know.
You're right. Sorry. I'm really worried about what's going to come of this town.
It sounds like Helivis isn't what it used to be these days.
We need to ask around and find out more about what's going on here.
Agreed. Especially regarding the Abbey and those ruins. I'm also curious about this Medusa woman.
The ruins part makes sense, since the Earth Pulse point might be there. But why do you care who Medusa is?
Just a hunch. Something tells me she's worth looking into.
You're not gonna look into this Calamity chick? She sounds like a real terror.
Yeah, I think I'll pass. I already know plenty about what makes her tick.
Are you all right, Madam Eleanor? Don't let those people get you down.
I'm fine. Thank you for your concern. But could you not do that thing where you blow air on me to dry my tears?
All right, I'll just pat your head then.
That won't be necessary either. But really, things are in a terrible state.
The town burned, the guild ruined, the abbey all but gone. It won't be a functioning port for some time.
You can't fault them for being upset. They had it real good here until we came along. Those Hellavesians were like spoiled children.
How so?
Helavis was once a tiny fishing village. The bountiful northern seas provided plenty enough fish to sustain their trade. But Flamestone gave them an easy way to get rich. And once they got a taste, they abandoned their old craft.
And now they're paying the price. But I've heard that the cooling temperature has covered half the northern sea in ice drift, making fishing much more difficult.
But the drifting ice carries tiny organisms, enriching the waters where it melts. The fish should be more plentiful than ever.
I suppose you may have a point.
We're ones to talk after what we did, but taking the easy path, then complaining as soon as it gets hard, that seems...
Spoiled, yes.
You said it, Laphicet.
I think my appetite's getting a little overindulgent, too.
That's not a bad thing. Just means you're healthy.
Giant squid come to these waters in this season. Should I ask Benwick to fish some up?
Yeah, and some normal octopuses, too. This Calamity is... us, isn't it?
Well, we've been waging war with the Abbey everywhere we go, and now we're about to take it to a new level.
If we pull the next Therian off of the Earth Pulse point, it'll likely be Kamoana's village all over again.
The same devastation?
Ooh, I wonder if there's something worse than Calamity that they can call us.
This is no laughing matter.
People turn into demons in part due to their own malevolence. It's not like they're entirely innocent. But if there's someone out there who's being forced to act as Inominat's mouth, like Kamoana was, isn't saving them the right thing to do?
I cannot argue with that, but...
You don't have to worry. I'm the one who will devour the barrier. And I'm the one who will do what needs to be done.
Oh, that was a surrealish kind of moment, actually, right there, because of the whole I will be the one to do it. Like, the realization to me that's starting to sink in is that this game would not work if Velvet were not willing to be evil. If you think about it. Because she's fighting against not just the Abbey, but the belief that people are safe. So what she's doing is actually destroying that security. Pulling the blindfold away, in a sense. And only somebody that's willing to be the villain can do that. That's the only reason that this works. And that's why Velvet's such a great character for it. The shortage of blamestone around the capital is reaching critical levels. Exorcists are using their arts to help where they can, but will it be enough? The only place you can find the stuff now is on Mount Kilarius, but if that port isn't rebuilt... See, like, a character like Eleanor fits really good in this, because you have to have somebody that would normally be the hero. Eleanor would normally be the hero character in another game, in another Tales of game, but that kind of character won't work in this game. And you have Eleanor saying things like the fact that she's struggling with it, even though she thinks it's the right thing to do, she still struggles with it, is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you have to be willing to be the villain. Now, to be fair, Velvet's still not in this for the world, she's in it for herself. I don't know if or when that will change. I hear the demons that attacked this place went on to conquer Vortigern, and even kidnap Prince Percival. What monsters were lucky to have survived at all? It's absolutely nothing is going right. It's because of the Calamity. I think there was some way to round up all the fools that fight against the Abbey so they could be punished.
The demon attacks have ground trade to a halt. But people are slowly starting to fish again.
Are you a fisherman too?
Aye. This town got swept up in the recent trade boom. But back when I was a young lad, this was a fishing port through and through. Ever since the shipping guild took over the docks, all of us fishermen got muscled out. Making this a commercial port has helped the town grow. But a lot of people weren't so happy with the guild.
It's too bad everyone couldn't just work together.
Once money gets involved, people change. That's true no matter what age you live in. The people know it's the ones making the money who lead the charge. But we follow anyway. It's human nature. I hope everyone changes their minds once we start rebuilding. But who knows what will happen.
If Demon Blight keeps spreading like this, it won't matter how hard we try to rebuild. Nah, we'll find a way to make it happen. I'm well connected, so I'll be able to get my hands on the Dosh we need, no problem. That's because he's from the Bloodwings. I don't know what Dosh is, though. Maybe that's some kind of slang word for goods. Woohoo, a treasure. I bet I missed that before. Sturdy belt. We finally got a seaworthy ship, but all the others had to be scraped. Those damn demons. Don't they understand that ships are a sailor's livelihood? Isn't that what makes them demons? Pretty much. Pretty awful people. So anyway, in a lot of Tales of games, they deal with the heavier, scenarios and things going on. There are a lot of complex issues in Tales of games. That's why I tend to like Tales of, because it isn't just straightforward. It isn't just good versus evil. There's always a lot of gray area and stuff like that. But the reason that in other Tales of games, the difference is that you're usually playing as the good person, rooting out the corruption in a world in which good has been challenged by some outside source of evil causing a problem, or some kind of prophecy that's decreeing that there's an evil causing a problem, or like countries going to war, that kind of a thing. Like you're a savior of some sort. You don't start off as a savior usually, you become the savior over time. But you're usually fighting an outer source that's causing a threat to the security. And in this case, we're the ones creating this threat to security. That's what's drastically different, and that's why Velvet works in this game and would not probably work in other ones. But I like this tone, I like this change. It's really been good. Yeah, that's right, all the cargo in the storehouse burned up. The only thing I have left is my money. What am I supposed to do now? Grumble, grumble, grumble. Don't mind him, he's been like that ever since the fire at the docks. Oh. This is interesting too, because I wonder if Velvet's got like a sense of regret going through this. Well, ain't this a sight? The merchants filled up the harbor, so there wasn't room for us fishermen. Now it's all gone up in smoke. That's what greed gets you. Maybe the shipping guild will see sense now that the glitter of gold isn't blinding them. Oh, get off your high horse, will you? We all need to pitch in and rebuild, or do you think the heat of the NB will keep you warm through the winter? Don't know why that was a hard sentence for me to spit out.
Hey, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sorry, I'm busy. Try someone else.
Excuse me. My name is Eleanor, and I'm an exorcist on patrol with the Abbey. I was wondering if I could solicit your honest opinion about how this town is being run.
Oh, I didn't realize there was an exorcist with you. Yes, please tell the Abbey we want Lady Teresa back. Her governance was strict, it's true, but at least we could live in safety. Now, all the exorcists run off to the Faldi's ruins and leave us here in the lurch. They value some dusty, faraway ruins over the lives of the good, hardworking citizens here. It's just wrong. We've always been cooperative with the Abbey's demands, and now this is what we get in return.
I see. The Abbey appreciates your, candor. I'll pass your comments on to my superiors.
First and foremost, they have to protect decent citizens like us. Isn't that what their duty? Isn't that their duty as exorcists? You're kind of seeing too the whole Artorias point of view of, the the great outweighing the small. This city is a large city, and even it doesn't matter in comparison to getting a Therian, because the Therian saves the world. Hellibes is finished. I think it's time for me to try my luck in the capital. Oh, would you mind if I came with you? Oh, not at all, but I can't guarantee everything will work out. I don't need guarantees, you silly boy. I just need true love. Your true love. Love. Love has brought us here today.
First it was the sailors, and then even a small girl caught the demon blight. I was sure it was going to start spreading through this town as well, but then, after that incident, it just went poof and disappeared. I guess I was expecting a little more after hearing how contagious it was. I wonder what really causes it.
Who knows?
I heard of this one village in Southgand where everyone caught it at once. It wiped out the entire town. I hope the Abbey develops a cure quickly. I can't wait for the day where we can live without fear.
If only I had a cure for demon blight. I'd make a king's ransom selling it. Is Southgand a city where... Yeah, I really wasn't paying attention at the very beginning of the game when she wasn't a Therian. Is she from Southgand? Was that what they were referencing, where the whole city got wiped out? Or the whole village got wiped out? Because the only place I can think of is Southgand, where Kamawamanama got wiped, her village got wiped out. Also, I'm wondering if this little child that got demon blight is actually the Therian. Because, hey, why not have another little child Therian?
Poor Medusa.
Are you a friend of hers?
Yeah, she used to live just down the road from me. Medusa raised her daughter Diana all on her own. And then they up and murdered the girl.
Murdered? By whom?
The exorcists. Once Diana caught the demon blight, the damned Abbey exterminated her like a rat.
How cruel.
I felt just terrible, but I suppose there wasn't much else to be done with her. But Medusa, she hated the Abbey for what they'd done, so she barricaded herself inside the sanctuary. She just kept on screaming, all like, demons have feelings too.
What happened after that?
I wouldn't have been surprised to see her executed, but luckily, she was spared that much. An exorcist stopped the guard who was about to cut her down, said, "Don't kill her, she's receptive."
Receptive, huh?
I think that's their way of referring to her deep faith. Before all this, she was a real devout lady.
That was certainly kind of them.
Medusa really cherished her daughter. Can't much blame her for blowing up like that. But the Abbey, they don't care so much about feelings. Reason is all that matters to them. They don't take kindly to people disrupting their order.
So it's the other way around this time. Her daughter got killed because of demon blight, and then they turned the mom, who's receptive, which we know is actually an indicator for saying that they recognize she could be turned into a Therian. So now her mom is the Therian, which is going to work out really nicely because they can take her back to Kamawama and they can both have a mom and a kid again, and they can be demons and it'll be wonderful. In a weird, it doesn't actually work that way, duct tapey kind of way. Won't that be great? I hope Medusa has it in her to repent. Oh no, she's not going to repent. She's going to join us and help take down the Abbey of Evil.
If you go north from Hellibes, you'll come upon the Thaldes ruins, which are Abbey property. Mainly, it's used as a checkpoint for hauling ore that's extracted out of Mount Killerhouse. But between you and me, I hear the Abbey also uses it as a prison camp.
A prison camp? Are they capturing demons?
Heavens no! The demons they kill on sight. No, these prisoners are human criminals. Not long ago, this woman killed someone and locked herself up in the sanctuary. I hear she got hauled off to the camp.
Why do you think the Abbey would use the ruins for a prison camp?
Who knows? Maybe they need a place to deal out their harshest punishments. The Abbey's not known to be forgiving, after all. But these are just nasty rumors I heard. Of course, I don't believe a word of it.
I do! Except, you got some of it wrong, I think. Now, don't go and report what I just said, alright? I'm thinking that they're taking people there to feed to the Therian, right? Doesn't that make sense? It sounds evil and horrible, so it's gotta make sense. After all that happened after the demon attack, lots of folks are complaining about the Abbey's actions. Still, I think it's all part of a deeper plan by Lord Artorias. If you doubt him, you're falling right into the demon's claws. It is a deeper part of the plan, and that plan is the plan of great evil. Teresa was a fair administrator, but her ability as an exorcist was third-rate at best. Oh, snap! Wow! Her defeat is to blame for the hard times here. We'll be in serious trouble if the Abbey doesn't send some better exorcists. You sound pretty critical of the Abbey. Not at all. I was just speaking in jest. Have another drink and forget about it. I'm buying. Ha 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 ha. Don't throw me in jail. Pretty harsh to call that the third-rate exorcist.
Hi! I was wondering if you'd let us put on a little comedy show. What do you say?
Sounds good to me. Just try and keep it low-key. I don't want to attract the Abbey's attention.
Ha! That's a tall order. Wherever we go, the boy and I have him rolling in the aisles. The boy? Wait, you mean me? I sure do. I'll play the straight man, you play the funny one. Don't sweat it. Even if you mess up, you'll be adorable. The audience will just lap it up. Did you memorize the script I wrote you? Yeah, I think so. Great, I knew you could do it. But if you merely follow the script and adhere to its every word, you won't be very funny. You need to ad-lib in your own style. For you, that's buttering up the audience and winning them over. Ad-lib? I'm not sure I can do that. I have faith in you, kiddo. You're gonna discover a part of you that you never knew existed. Just focus on finding ways to charm our audience. Okay, I'll see what I can do. All right, then let's get this show rolling. Hi there! We're A Boy and His Witch, your partners in comedy today! Magicazam! We're still new to the comedy business, but we'll do our best to give you a memorable show. I'm Fee, the cute one, and this blustering witch is... Muggy-Loo! Wait, who are you calling blustering? Meow! Sorry, I just suddenly felt like doing an imitation. An imitation? Like, of a cat? Not just any cat, a nearby cat. Meow! You're losing them. Time to go on our charm offensive. Roll with it, kiddo. Every slip-up is just a new opportunity in disguise. See? It's supposed to be a pun on how cats sound and how near is pronounced. I didn't actually hear a nearby cat meow like that or anything. He's explaining the joke? Are you going crazy, Laphicet? What good does explaining a bad joke do? But you told me to ad-lib to try and win our audience over, didn't you? I figured maybe if I explained it to them, they'd get the joke and find it funny. Just stop. Even if they get the joke that way, it's just going to be sad. I don't mind that. I'm not afraid of messing things up. I just want to make sure our audience feels valued. No, you have the right idea, but... I guess I should mention, Muggy-Loo's the one who came up with the script. She just made me come and act it out. I don't care if it made the audience happy, you just sold me out! I can't work with you like this. No way! I'd say we got a lot of ad-libbing into our routine today. How was the show?
I'll just say one thing. You need a better writer.
It wasn't me.
Now we have demons rampaging through our towns. Northgand's really had a string of bad luck. The weather's gotten even colder. Mercio's port is blocked by an ice drift, and hardly anyone sails the North Seas anymore.
But relief supplies have made it up here, right?
It may fill our bellies, but not our hearts.
Huh?
If the Abbey truly wants to save this town, there's something we need more than food or gold. Lady Teresa. If only I could be pierced once more by those fierce, ice-cold eyes. Oh, punish me, Teresa, my love!
Wow. Can we make it so that he doesn't get any more supplies?
Lady Teresa, my life is for you.
Wow.
Yep, wow. I agree with that, wow. With a heart full of infinite sadness, I'll say it again. I love Teresa. Okay. I have a feeling that Fee could really get a crowd going. That alone makes him a perfect partner. So I guess there's going to be more of those in time.
I can't believe the demon blight has spread into the city now.
Scary times.
Well, the one who caught it was a little girl, so they were able to deal with her before anything bad happened. But the problem was that the demon girl's mother tried to hide her.
That's only human nature.
These are dangerous times. We dare not let our emotions control us. One person's selfishness could endanger the entire community.
Oh, right.
Thankfully, an upstanding citizen noticed something suspicious and reported the child to the Abbey, but the mother went mad and killed him in retribution. And what makes it all the more lurid is, I heard the man she killed was a fellow she was actually thinking about marrying. The daughter had been dead set against her mother remarrying. You can taste the irony.
That's horrible.
She had it coming. If there's anything worse than demons, it's people who can't control themselves.
So, Diana was a girl turned demon who was killed by an exorcist. And her mother Medissa hated the Abbey for it. And the Abbey is using the Faldi's ruins up north as a prison camp.
It's a lot like what happened to Kamawana, isn't it?
It's natural for a mother to love her own child. To make that a crime.
What I'm curious about is the use of the word receptive to describe Medissa.
So long as there is one receptive to divine power, Therians shall be forever reborn. If our interpretation of that ancient book is right, it likely means she's receptive to Inominat's power.
Meaning they brought Medissa to those ruins where there's an Earth Pulse point, and then they made her into a Therian.
That would certainly put all the pieces together, yep. Plus, if this Therian the Abbey created already hates them, that's all the better for us.
Yeah, I imagine she'd be willing to work with us. Although, it sounds almost too easy. Did I jinx it? I just jinxed it, didn't I?
Probably, but we won't find out until we try.
True. Let's head for the ruins.
And don't worry, you totally jinxed it.
Well, I mean, we do walk with the Reaper. He does have a curse, so it was already jinxed him to go. But I'm sure it'll still find a way to work out. So that's a nice little summary of what we've learned and where we're going to head next on the next episode. See, I did a little bit of that TV thing there where like, we'll be back after this. You know, you can open your Deal or No Deal box after this. Okay, anyway. Thank you guys for watching, and on the next episode, we will go find this Medissa and de-Abbey her. I was going to say de-Therian her, but we can't de-Therian her, but we can de-Abbey her. So, stay tuned for that on the next episode. Thanks for watching, guys.